What's up, fellas? So we had a loyal patron supporter ask me, what is getting your shit together? He wanted to know everything. What is it exactly that I have to have going for myself to get my shit together? Okay, guys. First and foremost, to have your shit together, the first thing you have to have, guys, is you have to have a career. A career comes from having a skill or an education. All right, that is probably the second best investment. It should be your first investment, but it's probably the second most lucrative investment you can make behind starting your own business. Okay, because once you start your own business, you're able to make money off of other people, so you're able to make money off while you sleep. Why? So you make more money starting your own business, but this should be your first investment. Okay, guys, because this sets the groundwork. All right, with me, as far as my skill, guys, as a lot of you guys know, I was a personal trainer, and to become a personal trainer is pretty cheap. You can get certifications online for like $500. The biggest thing about being a personal trainer is years doing it. Okay, so if you're somebody that know nothing about fitness, and then you go online and get a certification for $500, you're gonna struggle as a personal trainer. Okay. Getting that $500 piece of paper just makes you employable, all right? As in, most gyms want you to have it because for insurance purposes, right? But your greatest asset with personal training is always going to be what you know up here, not on what's on that piece of paper, okay? So, because most people don't care about scientific studies. All people know in the gym is, I want to lose 50 pounds. I don't really care about your scientific formulas. Can you give me some results? Okay, so, and as with experience, if you're somebody who's been fucking with this shit a long time, I'm getting off topic, but I don't mind getting off topic because a lot of you guys want to know my knowledge on physical fitness anyway. Any of y'all guys who've been dealing with physical fitness long enough to know that you got to modify shit for people differently. What helps me lose weight might not help Joe Blow lose weight. Okay, guys? So, but the first thing is, when I got that certification, it was only like $500-600. The best investments, I went on to make 6 figures a year for a long time, guys, off of that little $500 investment. A lot of you guys might not be lucky enough to invest so little and get such a high return, but understand this, and I know school loans get like a bad rep. Y'all guys got to understand why school loans get a bad rep. You have people that are indecisive about what they want to do with their life. They go to school for engineering or something like that. Halfway through it, or maybe after they graduate and got a degree, they decide that that's not the field that they want to do, and then they become a police officer. You see what I'm saying, guys? And so here I am. I got all this school loan shit, and I'm a police officer making 40 grand a year. Ain't nothing wrong with being a police officer, but what is wrong is you went and got this expensive degree, and now you're a fucking police officer. How do I know this? Guys, I was doing security with a couple of guys who had master's degrees doing fucking security. Why? Because, well, one, he couldn't pass a certain test to become, he wanted to be like this cruise ship captain guy, the guy that do the cruise ship. He couldn't pass the test, right? But still, he could have did something more lucrative than security work. But this is what I'm talking about. And so now you paying all this school loan shit and you doing some bullshit field. So if you're gonna take out a student loan, guys, and you're gonna become an engineer, or you're gonna get a degree in law enforcement or something like that, make sure it's in a field that pays something so you can pay off the fucking debt. It's a good, in my opinion, I don't give a fuck what you heard, in my opinion, it's a good investment if you fucking use it. Okay, you can't go to school for 4 years, run up $150,000 worth of debt, and then become a fucking lawnmower man. It's just stupid. You did all that, you went to school, and now you decide, you know what? My life passion is I want to be in fucking landfills. No, you need to make sure that before you make that investment, that's something you really want to go through to. Okay? Because if you make that investment and then it don't work out, this is how you get stuck with that student loan debt. Okay, guys? But you need to have a career. Careers also have, the thing with a career over a job, guys, is they have great, tremendous room for growth. So you can start at an introductory, position, and in 8 years, so you start out at an introductory position making 40, 50 grand a year, 8 years from now, you know, with hard work and steady promotions, you fucking now making 200 grand a year. Okay, most jobs don't do that. Most jobs you're gonna go from making $11 an hour, and in 8 years from now you're gonna be making $15 an hour, or give or take. Okay, guys, you get the cost of living raise, shit like that. So it ain't a lot of potential for growth. So you need to have a career. So it also provides stability, guys. When you just do a job, that means that what you're doing doesn't bring much value to the marketplace. So that means that it's a no-skill position. So that means it kind of comes and goes. Okay, when you have a career, it's a need for that in the marketplace. So you have more stability in your life. Okay, guys? So besides the growth, you just provide more stability. If you're somebody who now just working a job, as you see with what we got going on and everything, it's just easy to just start laying off motherfucker. Now you can have a career and get laid off too, but who you think gonna bounce back faster once the economy going back? This person with a career, or this educational skill, or this person over here who just do random jobs, whatever they can get. Okay, guys? So you need a career to provide stability to your fucking life, which comes from a skill or an education. Point blank period, guys. Next, your own place. You need to have your own place. But my definition of having your shit together, it's not just your own place in some shithole, you know, where you got to sleep in the toilet in a tub every night, avoiding gunshots and shit. You know, it has to be a decent spot, okay? A decent spot. I'm not saying it got to be fucking Beverly Hills, but it need to be a decent, respectable spot, fully furnished. No air mattress on the fucking floor. No crates in the living room. Fully furnished, guys. That means that you got a living room suite, dining suite, bedroom suite. Okay, guys? So everything is straight. So if you bring a girl over, everything's in place. Okay, you ain't got to go. You know, when you stay in a shithole, like when I stay in that basement, when I used to be walking the girl to the basement, I'm already, you know, prepping her for what this shithole finna look like. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I couldn't fit my bed down here. You know, the bed was on the floor. You know, everything's in one room. So I'm prepping the girl so she don't be alarmed from this little shit pile she about to see. Okay, guys, you shouldn't have to do that. You should have to have, you know, you should have just a respectable spot. Now, if you grinding and shit like that, guys, we all been through the struggle. Do your thing. But what I'm saying that this is what it is when you say you have your shit together. All right, a decent spot. It ain't gotta be in fucking Palms Beach. Okay, guys, it ain't. That's not what I'm saying. Because I just say shit like this because you're going to have some jackass who going to come in the fucking comments bitching and complaining that he don't see nothing wrong with staying in the fucking hood. All right? That's not what I'm saying. Stay in the hood. I done stayed in the hood. That basement that I was living in was in East New York. I did what I fucking had to do, but I didn't consider myself having my shit together either. That's all I'm saying, guys. Next, guys, reliable transportation. Now, if you in New York or something like that, you know, y'all, you know, different. For all y'all guys that don't know that about New York, having a car in New York is quite frankly a pain in the ass. You got to pay for parking. The insurance is crazy high. All right, whenever you go somewhere, you got to find parking, or you're going to pay for parking again. So not only do you have to pay for parking at home, you have to pay for parking again. And if you decide not to pay for parking at home, get ready to look for an hour if you come home late at night. Okay, you might end up parking 3-4 blocks away just to find parking if you come home past 9 o'clock or some shit. So in New York, having a car is really a pain in the ass. So, but outside of New York, I don't really know how California is on that aspect, but I know New York is bad on parking. Atlanta is getting like that. It's getting like that in the city. Let me say that, in the city. Of course, if you're on the outskirts, but if you're in the city, all right. But you gotta have reliable transportation, guys. All right, it ain't gotta be a fucking Bugatti. Just something that's nice and reliable and comfortable. All right, and that's got all the amenities. All right, you can't call yourself having your shit together if you're sweating like a fucking bull in the summertime in July because you ain't got no fucking air conditioning. Okay, you can't call yourself fucking these hoes to sleep and you're dripping sweat. I remember, man, I ain't had no AC in my goddamn car, and you literally wait till nighttime to go in it fucking well. Okay, guys, so make sure that if you're in one of these warm weather climates, you need to have fucking AC. How you gonna go on a fucking date? You pull up on a date and you got this little sweat stains in your shirts and shit. I done been through all that bullshit, guys. All right, so make sure it has that. I even had a car one time that didn't even have no fucking heat, or the heat took like 30 minutes for it to get going. I done all that shit, guys. Next, complete diverse wardrobe. That means that you can go to a grown and sexy event, and you can go to a real casual event. All right, and if need be, you can go to a fucking hood event, or something that's really laid back. All right, so that means that I can go somewhere where I can put on like a polo shirt and some jeans, or I can go somewhere where I can put on an overcoat, a blazer, a button-up shirt, and some slacks if I have to. But also I can go to Lil Ray Ray's birthday party at fucking Gold Room. Okay, guys. So complete diverse wardrobe, neat wardrobe. I would say your wardrobe is extensive enough to where you don't have to repeat wearing nothing for a whole month. That's what I would say. If you go out every day this week, then by next week you got to repeat something, you need to increase your wardrobe. Now, none of this stuff is life or death, guys. This is just simply like having your shit together as a man, as in other words, guys, you've made yourself the highest value male that you possibly could for the average man. Okay, that's what I'm saying, unless you get rich or famous or something like that. But for the average hard-working man, most of us are not going to be rich, and most of us are not going to be famous. For the average hard-working man, this is what I'm talking about. This ain't life or death. Whether you got a proper wardrobe don't make you less of a man. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about you've just made yourself the highest value man that you possibly could. Okay, guys, that's all I'm saying. Outside of, working out and stuff like that. Number 5, guys, at least 6 months of savings. Now, it's more paramount. When I say something like that now, it carries more weight than if I would have said something like that 6 months ago. But here we is. Now you see what I'm talking about, guys. Don't nobody know how long this bullshit is gonna last. I don't fucking know. Nobody fucking know. Might be 2 weeks, might be 2 more months, might be 6 months. Who the fuck knows? They pretty much gonna have to, guys, wait till the thing has been eradicated completely. One person left with it, if they start letting everybody congregate again, it's gonna do the same thing again. I want y'all guys to just think about that. One fucking person. So if AMS got the virus, and I go out, and nobody else has it but me. I go out, I go to the Gold Room, I go to the compound, or I go out to eat. Just me can start the whole shit all over again. So just to give y'all some perspective of how long this shit might last, just understand that they not gonna feel comfortable until no more cases are reported. Now they ain't gonna say that now because they don't want people to lose their shit. But that's pretty much what has to happen. They won't go back to the way things were until cases stop coming out completely. That's how long that's gonna be, I have no fucking idea. But that's when they gonna start easing up the restrictions. So people gonna probably be out of job a while. Most people don't have a fucking savings or nothing, guys.
My apologies. All right. I don't understand.
Here we go. And the thing is, guys, y'all hear my Google voice things. I got one on my nightstand here. I got 2 TVs. I'm probably just going to turn them off because they're getting annoying. But the savings, guys, has been paramount. Now you guys know why it's so important to save now. Because the thing, and this goes to the health insurance also, guys. And then that's another thing you need to have. I didn't put that on my list, but there's another thing you need to have. We always just think things are just gonna go as normal. That's how, if you watching this right now and you're a 22-year-old guy, you never think of a fucking pandemic coming. You never think of you getting sick and not working for long. You just think like I'm indestructible. We're in America, everything goes perfect. Nothing never happened. And most people, yeah, they might have a $300 savings or $400 savings, but they don't have a real month's supply of savings. I actually always recommended, guys, felt like a year. Now, most of the financial experts always said 3 to 6 months, which I always thought was a little on the skimpy side, right? I always thought that. Especially the ones that said 3 months. That's just, to me, if you're a grown ass man and only have 3 months worth of living expenses, is beyond crazy to me. All right, I couldn't even sleep at night. Okay, guys, but I always felt like a year's worth of living expenses was what you needed, but at least 6 months. And health insurance, guys. You are not indestructible. You will lose your shit if you ever get come down with some serious shit. You will lose every fucking thing. You're literally going bankrupt trying to pay for some of these diseases and health things that you need to stay alive if you was able to fall down with. Okay, guys? So you guys need to make sure you got on top of your health insurance. I was at the gym, at the gym I was training at, and a guy, he dropped his insurance. He couldn't afford $50 for every 2 weeks. Why he thought that? Because he was 21 years old, which is crazy, guys. So you got to have health insurance and you got to have a fucking savings, guys. Let me put it to you like this here, guys. Why you got to have that to have your shit together. Guys, I have lost everything not having a savings. That's how I ended up having to move back in with my auntie. Okay, guys, not having a savings, guys. You could be on top, you could have your own place, car, and all that, and voila, with no savings, because some will happen. Something. It always will, guys. And at the most inopportune time, at that, when you do have 6 months savings, won't that happen? As soon as you dip into that money, everything starts fucking happening. It never fucking fails, guys. Okay, guys, so make sure that for going forward, I hate that it takes something like this for guys to understand the importance of having a savings, especially you young guys. I had to go through it, never really saved nothing, always went and spent my money up at the mall. After that shit with my auntie, having to move in with my auntie, I learned the importance of savings, and I never did that shit again. I always kept some type of savings. Give y'all guys another case in point. Before I became a personal trainer, at the gym, the club had closed to remodel. The club that I was working at, it closed down to remodel. They told us 2 months. That thing went on for damn near 6 months. By the time I became a trainer at the gym, I was literally on the change. You know how we all had that little change cup? Everybody got like a little loose change they throw in a cup or something. I was literally getting a loose change to eat with by the time I became a trainer at the gym. But lucky I had 6 months worth of savings to take me to the gym. They told us 2 months for remodeling. I'm thinking like, 2 months, okay, so even if it go 3 months, I'm fine. It went almost 6 months. Right at 6 months. Okay, guys? And do you know the guy I was working for did? He did fucking nothing. Didn't call, didn't answer his phone, didn't nothing. Tough luck, buddy. Hope you make it out. Pretty much. Okay, guys? So you can only depend on yourself, not nobody else. That's why you gotta have a fucking savings. And last, guys, no debt except your mortgage or a school loan. Okay? Because if you paying off debt, that's gonna take away. So if you got debt, that's gonna kind of take away your financial standing. Okay, guys? So let me explain this better. So if you have debt, instead of you saving, see, most debt, guys, y'all guys gotta understand how debt is, why debt is so dangerous. You think these banks care that this pandemic going on? You think if you got a car loan right now I know they saying this about the mortgages, right? Okay, the mortgages, you talking about throwing people on the street, so they gonna cut you a little slack. You think GMC gonna cut you? Well, you think that bank who got that car payment for GMC gonna say, hey, we're gonna let you slide? You think Capital One give a fuck about a pandemic? You think they care? You think they finna say, hey, listen, we ain't gonna charge you no interest? See, when you got debt, guys, and something happens, now you fucked. So now anybody who had debt going into this, now you really fucked, because they gonna still stack that interest up. They gonna still stack that interest up. GMC, they still want their fucking money. Now, the people who own your mortgage or you rent out to, that's living in the street. So they gonna cut you a break. I guarantee you GMC ain't gonna cut your ass no break. I guarantee you American Express ain't gonna cut your ass no break. I guarantee you they gonna compound that goddamn interest. And so when you have debt, if you have debt and something happens, that's even worse because the debt keeps going and they ain't cutting no break. So you might have had a car, at least I haven't heard anything. If y'all guys heard anything about credit cards cutting people a break or car dealerships, bank loans for car dealerships, y'all let me know. I haven't heard anything about that. I heard about school loans and I heard about mortgage payments. I ain't heard shit about no goddamn car loans and no damn credit cards. So what ends up happening is you put $4,000 down on this goddamn car, this truck, and now you can't pay this car payment. Well, now you just lost your $4,000 because they're gonna want their goddamn car. This is why you got to make sure getting rid of all debts is paramount, because it's even worse. Okay, guys? All right, guys. So that's what you have to have, in my opinion, to be considered having your shit together. All right, I'll get back with you guys later. What's up, fellas? So this was me out with one of my chicks enjoying probably the last weekend I'll be able to get out in probably a while. I don't even know if restaurants are safe. They haven't shut down all the restaurants in Atlanta, but you know, they probably are, and all the clubs. This was supposed to be the week that I, started doing my vlogs with my guys and stuff. Actually did some Saturday, but couldn't do it all the way because they had such a heavy police presence at the mall from the shooting. They had a shooting up there at Lenox Mall this past weekend. So we couldn't really shoot like we wanted to because the police presence was so heavy. But this was supposed to be the week here, but we got heavy into it, and now I don't know what the fuck what's gonna happen with that, with this pandemic going on. But I guess, the main thing is, long as everybody's safe and stuff like that. But I had such big plans planned for what I wanted to do, and this gonna slow that down. I don't know how long this pandemic shit gonna last. So I made sure, I told the girl I was with, I said, we went to 2 spots. So we actually went to dinner and we went to 2 spots. And we stayed out late as fuck. I think I didn't get home till like 5 because I was telling her, I said, I guarantee you we probably won't be able to go out next weekend. So I stayed out late as hell, had a good time. Make sure you guys are protecting yourselves, doing everything, staying clean and shit like that. And make sure you guys stop buying all the fucking toilet paper, man. God damn. What's up, fellas? So I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted to know, can you get a woman that views you as a beta to ever view you as an alpha? Okay, guys, let me break this shit down, okay? All right. If a woman doesn't have a high enough physical attraction to you, that just means you just don't do it for her, then there's nothing you can do. The best you can do in that aspect, guys, is to be a respectable beta male provider in her eyes. That's the best you could do. What do I mean by that? So for all y'all guys that's wondering what the fuck I mean by a respectable beta male. As most of you guys know, most women run the relationship or lead the relationship when they're with a guy that they perceive as a beta male. As a respectable beta male means that you have enough masculine energy to where she'll let you lead the relationship, but she just doesn't lust after you physically. I'll give y'all guys an example. My uncle was a beta male provider, but he was a masculine beta male provider. I never saw nothing my auntie did with him that made me feel like she lusted for him. Like she just couldn't fuck him enough. I never saw nothing like that. I never saw her all over. My chicks, whenever the first thing they see me, they're all kisses and all over me and shit. I never saw that from my auntie. No, I never saw no affection from neither one of them. All right, but my uncle had enough masculine presence that he was not gonna follow behind no fucking body, period. Okay, guys, he damn sure wasn't finna be chasing for no validation. Okay, the thing was, my auntie just didn't have a crazy enough high physical attraction to him to ever lust after him. For a woman to view you as an alpha male, guys, she has to lust after you, and she has to view you as having more sexual market value than her. That's when a woman views you as an alpha male. If you're not getting that, then the best you can hope for is to be a respectable alpha male. Well, she still respects you, and she don't do all that testing and bullshit. A woman still gonna test periodically. My auntie still testing my uncle periodically and shit like that. But as far as like just testing every day and bitching and no, none of that. None of that. Okay, guys. As far as personality wise, yes. But you have to get her to perceive you as having more sexual market value than her. That's the only way. That's going to start with you passing tests, guys. That is, for all you guys that are just wondering, you know, do women just test for the hell of testing? Test is to test your sexual market value. Which means that if you're not a man in abundance, a woman cannot view you as a fucking alpha male. It simply cannot happen. Only a man who's in abundance can be considered an alpha male to a woman. This goes to pre-selection. This shows your options. So if you don't have that, if you can't show a woman abundance, how do you show a woman abundance? By not taking her shit. Okay? But that don't mean, that'll only count, guys, if she does have a high enough physical.
Here's some information about Dead to Me.
I mean, it's just getting worse and worse. All right, literally after this video, I'm gonna go turn that fucking Google Voice shit off. That's what I'm gonna spend the day doing. Turn the fucking Google Voice off. It's getting annoying now. But anyway, guys, getting back to the point, she has to perceive you as having more sexual market value than her. So that's the only way you're gonna fucking do it. You have to have a masculine presence, and you have to show indifference. So you're gonna have to build it. If you already meet her attraction level, guys, the only way you can get her to view you as alpha male right then is passing tests and that sexual energy. It's what I tell y'all guys, that masculine sexual energy. Okay, you have to get her chasing your validation. Whoever is chasing the other one's validation is the one that is perceived as having the highest sexual market value. When you get a woman to do all the fucking pursuing, and she goes along with it, she's the one texting all the time, and you never have to do nothing. At that point, she's just basically committed and said, this guy has more sexual market value than me, so I have to pursue him to make sure I keep him because I don't want some other girl to snatch him up. That's essentially, when you first meet a woman and a woman make you do all the pursuing, what a woman is saying, guys, is, I have more sexual market value than you. That's what she's saying. You have to pursue me. That's when we meet women, that's how women look at it until you show them otherwise. I have more value than you. I'm more valuable than you. My vagina is worth more than anything you have. Unless you're a celebrity, then they'll pursue initially. That's the only women pursue initially are what? Celebrities. Other than that, every other man has to do the pursuing. We have to get the number. We have to call. We have to do everything. Celebrities don't have to do that. Women pursue them. Women call them from the get-go. You can get it to that point, but you have to show a woman you have the sexual market value to get it there. To put it point blank, guys, if a woman is viewing you as an alpha beta male, essentially what she's saying, basically what she's saying is, you need more for me to sleep with you than just you. That's what a woman is saying. So if a woman views you as a beta male, she's saying, I have more sexual market value than you, and the only way you can even it up is you compensate me with monetary gain. All right, doing stuff, buying me shit, paying bills, whatever. That's essentially what a woman is saying. You have to get it to where she feels like you have more sexual market value than her. So if you want her to, the only way you can do that, guys, is by showing them difference and be willing. If you want a woman, guys, let me put it to you point blank. If you want a woman to view you as an alpha male, you have to show indifference and basically risk losing her in order for her to show her that you're an alpha male. That's what you have to do. That means passing tests, pissing her off. You know, when you don't pass tests, guys, essentially what you're saying is, I don't want to lose you, so I don't want to ruffle no feathers. That's essentially. So you have to get that, but only if she finds you attractive enough. All that other shit won't mean nothing. My uncle was a masculine dude. I done told y'all guys this over and over about my uncle, and I'm not exaggerating. He was a masculine dude. He slept with a masculine frame. I mean, this motherfucker didn't laugh or play or nothing. But my auntie just simply didn't have high enough physical attraction to lust after him like that. But he was a respectable beta male to her. I always consider him an alpha male to me. To men, as far as business and stuff like that, he was an alpha male. With my auntie, he was going to be a beta male provider. Okay, guys? In other words, if y'all guys wonder what I mean by that, I mean that if he couldn't do for my auntie, if he couldn't provide nothing for my auntie, she wouldn't have been with him. Point blank, period. That's what I mean. If my uncle was not a good provider and he couldn't pay the bills and do all those type of stuff, there's no doubt in my mind that my auntie wouldn't be with him. That's what I'm saying. You have to ask yourself, guys, whatever girl you're with, if you couldn't take her out, or for all my guys out there that are helping women financially, paying bills, you have to ask yourself, if I couldn't afford to do this, would she be with me? If the answer is no, then you know she views you as a beta male. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you're somebody out there and you make a lot of money and you just want to help your girl because it's nothing to you, if you're somebody who make 300 grand a year and you want to help your girl with a light bill or something like that because it's pocket change to you, it's like, you know, I like all this shit is relative, guys. To a guy that make 300 grand a year, helping a woman pay $100 light bill might be like a guy who make 30 grand a year giving a girl $5. That's what I'm saying. So it's all relative, right? LeBron James can afford to probably pay all a woman's bill and literally be like pocket change to him. All right. So it's all this shit is relative, right? But you have to ask yourself, if you're that $300,000 guy and you paying that woman light bill or whatever the fuck you doing, if you couldn't do that, do you think she would still be with you? If the answer is yes, then she views you as an alpha male because you don't have to compensate her monetarily to be with you. But if the answer is no, then you know she views you as a beta male. All right, guys. All right, I'll get back with you guys later.